Okay, we're live. I'm back. So my son was like, "What are you doing, Poppy?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm getting ready to build this computer." And he's like, "Oh, that's pretty cool." And now he's shy, doesn't want to get on the camera, but he's got a huge smile in the background. So this is my son Chris's comp. I took my old case, and so he didn't have to use the laptop anymore. Now he has a desktop machine himself. Um, we kind of compiled some parts into this build. This is the Nexus. What did I say? No, the Airflow King from Tempest, right? Looked it up. Um, this was the Airflow King of 6 or something 8 years ago, and it has some LEDs on the front. It was blue. It has an LED fan on the side. Clear panel that comes off. What began to become of annoyance with this case is that the side panels have wires connected in the LEDs, of course. So it always became of a little bit of a nuisance to deal with when interchanging and changing parts because you just can't get them out of your way. See that? It's like, But once you got the space that you needed to work, it became a surgical masterpiece. I should have got some up close shots of some of those things in the last video, but we'll get some up closes on the next one. This is the AM3 ATX mini board with a 650 watt power supply and a Asus Strix NVIDIA GTX 1070. Was that right? It's the 1070, if I'm not mistaken, or it could be the 1060. I believe it's the 1070 because, yes, I was looking at a graphics card to buy when I just was looking at over on all these builds, and that was a beast of a buy. But his computer is all pretty much nice and clean. The cage, luckily it didn't rain. We took the computers outside, blow all the dust back out, and come back in and get this set back up. So we're just putting his computer back together now. It just has a snap on the front, a little tap there. So the airflow, everyone always says, "What's the best airflow? What's the best airflow?" And his machine does not have an outtake on the top at all. On this machine, the GPU still radiates the heat inside of the system. Of course, usually all CPUs will do that, except if they're the blower design. Then instead of this being an exhaust, I've learned to make your side an intake. Now, when this case first came out, guess what? This was an exhaust position. I had to turn it around, figured it out, that it should be an intake. So this has 2 intakes and 1 rear exhaust. Nothing pulling out the top, but the top is serrated or is ventilated with a screen mesh so dust doesn't enter back the system. And also, since it doesn't have a intake for cool air on the bottom, you have to face the PSU, the power supply unit, facing up to capture air out of the case as well. So 1 in, 1 out, and the PSU itself acts as an exhaust. But his computer is ready to rock and roll. It had his spring cleaning. Hey Chris, can you put that in for me? And you can take that out. You're all set.
I think
Loosen up a little bit. It should fit in now. That's funny, huh?
it fits when it wants to fit.
Let's see. Oh, I had to pull up on it a little bit. There you go. All right.